So Marvel Rivals isn't out for another couple of days, and considering that it's a little hard to make content when there isn't a game, I've decided to make you guys the content. Over on Twitter and on Blue Sky and in my Discord, I asked y'all the exact same prompt. Marvel Rivals comes out this week with a roster of 33 heroes. With so many options, who do you want to see next? I'll go first. Howard the Duck. Just a little melee-focused guy using Quack Fu as his main kit. Ultimate ability tied to the Abundant Glove. 2 dance gems! Look, I didn't have time to talk about this in the original tweet because it would have went on for way too long. But I really love the idea of having an OG skin for Howard. If you don't know this, the original way that Howard was drawn is just a little bit similar to a certain blue shirt wearing pantsless mallard that you may know from somewhere. Now that Marvel and Disney are like a little more, ooh, moochy smoochy, maybe there's the possibility that we could see an OG Howard that looks way too much like Donald in the game. All right, but that's enough about the thoughts that I'm having in my own brain. So let's see what y'all had to say. Well, since Wolverine got confirmed in the last trailer, Ghost Rider is definitely who I want to see the most. He just looks like he could be fun. A health-stealing strategist, a big soul-sucking tank. Yes, he could be a duelist, but I think he'd be an awesome addition. I think this pick is so good. Look, even if you don't know anything about the character, I think that if you're playing Marvel Rivals and they introduce the big flaming headed skull man with the leather jacket that rides around on the motorcycle, that's just too cool for you not to be interested. Like you already touched on, I think there's just so many different things you could do with this guy. You could have him be a duelist that's like throwing around hellfire, whippity snippety. You could have him being a vanguard, like a big tank. Look, Overwatch has Roadhog who throws the hook and displaces people. I think if they wanted to take a little inspiration, Ghost Rider would be the exact place you could put this. And honestly, Arnetti's even trying, if they don't incorporate the motorcycle into his kit somehow, probably as an ultimate ability. But could you imagine a whole character that's just Ghost Rider riding around on the motorcycle? Yeah, I think this one's perfect. Jubilee, specifically when she's a vampire. Some of her best stories come from that time. Look, I gotta be honest, I don't have the world's deepest pool of knowledge when it comes to the comics and stuff. I know Jubilee more as the hand fireworks, pew, pew, pew. I was very curious and intrigued by the idea of the vampire, so I went and looked this up. So it seems like basically in the comics, Jubilee was hit over the course of a few years with a really bad 1-2 punch. Punch 1 being they just took her powers away, and then punch 2 was Dracula's son threw a bio bomb at her and then bit her and turned her into a vampire. This look is amazing. She's got the goth nails, the cool eyes, the vampire fangs, and she carries around a sword. If they put her in the game, it'll probably be more of the fireworks, what everybody knows. But I would love to see this as an alternate costume. This is such a good look for Jubilee. It's really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these next two together. Give me Hank Pym. Allow him to use his stingers from when he was the Wasp. Shrink and grow, fly around. He's my pick. I have my biases towards stature, but really any of the Pyms or Langs would be fun. The sort of size-changing martial arts, shrink to dodge, grow giant to lean heavily towards offense. Heck, you could even shrink your enemies or grow your allies. Look, I'll let the devs do all the hard work on this one. I can't even fathom how they would put this in the game. I do think that having any of the Ant family would be very cool. My money would be on Scott Lang, primarily because of the whole Paul Rudd thing. I just absolutely love the idea of where they could take any of these Ant characters' kits with the ability to grow and shrink. I no idea how it would work. I don't know, especially with ceilings. I don't know how you would have the characters get big. You could probably have them get small much easier. I don't know if there'd be issues with like invisibility or barely being able to see, or just teeny tiny little hitboxes. Look, again, much smarter people than me can figure out like those aspects to it. But I do think that it's a really cool idea. I would love to see this. I think if they put this in the game, this would be one of the ones that I would be most hyped about. Woo! They gotta let Gambit make a name for himself.
Yeah.
I can't do the impression. I'm a simple man. I love board games. Give me the dude with the glowy purple powers that shoots cards out and lets that, like, you know, KO people. I think that's really cool. He's got a stick too, right? You can beat people with the stick, hit him with the stick, throw the card. That's like 2 moves. That's good. That's enough moves. That's enough moves. Hercules, my favorite Avenger. Okay, so we already have Iron Fist and we already have Hulk. So we've got like 2 different style of just big, burly, really punchy kind of guys. So I was trying to think of like what things like makes Hercules stand out. Considering that he's also like invincible and immortal, that might be a little hard to incorporate into gameplay. But I did look into it and see that he is a master of Greco-Roman wrestling. So I think like one ability where you just pump some oil all over the enemy. Another ability where you strip down, exposing those Herculean butt cheeks. And then Deadpool and Howard the Duck cursing at each other during gameplay could be fun. So we've already got Wolverine in the game, so, you know, we can get in his best bub Deadpool. That's fine. I know that, you know, Deadpool's a very hyped character, $1 billion at the box office. And people will be very excited for all the fourth wall breaking stuff. Obviously super easy to do with a bunch of voice lines. Chimichanga this. Whoa, I can't believe you paid for that skin. Whatever. I would love to see the fourth wall breaking go as far as into incorporating into his kit. I would love to see like an ultimate ability where he grabs his health bar and swings it around like a sword. I think that'd be really fun. I'll try to do this one justice, being in all caps. Give me Daredevil, where the entire gameplay looks like this. Actual walls character, come on! Look, I gotta be honest, we probably won't get a complete graphical overhaul for just a single character, but I do think it'd be really cool to use the idea of like having some sort of like wall hack, seeing through walls ability, Daredevil, like, you know, like listening to the steps, echolocation kind of stuff. I think that'd be really great to work into the character. I think also, look, just an ultimate ability where he manifests a hallway and then anybody that's inside the hitbox just gets the absolute crap kicked out of them, just like Netflix style. I'm 100% down for that. Probably Forget Me Not. Who? Look, I'm sorry. If this guy was like a real superhero, I feel like we all would have heard about him. I loved this one asking for Moon Knight, to which I had to reply, I got some good news for you, buddy. Look, Marvel Rivals, before launch, already making dreams come true. My dream pick is Miss Marvel. I picture her controlling like someone from Nintendo's arms, slow-moving punches that move independently from her. I almost love this. I'm usually one to defend Nintendo, like the staunchest of fanboys, but when it comes down to it, I don't like arms. So if there's anything that can be like arms adjacent without actually being arms, and I don't have to play arms, but I can get a teeny little bit of arms, I'm down with that. It might be pretty cool. I do honestly think that of like any of the heroes that we have on this roster, our dream roster so far, this is probably the one that I would put my most money on betting that she makes it within like the first year of the game. I'm actually kind of surprised she's not in the base roster. Love Miss Marvel, so good. Love this one. All right, so with all those ideas, I think that you guys and me have put together a pretty good dream roster for this game. So now all we have to do is spam this video at NetEase, and so they'll just like throw all their plans away and just go, Frank, stop working on Rogue. This dork on the internet wants Howard the Duck. And then they'll just do that and we'll make all our dreams come true. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. This is kind of my first video here on this channel. Marvel Rivals comes out in a couple days. Expect to see so much more once I actually have my hands on the game. And hopefully I'll be over this congestion, so I'll sound not all stuffy when we're doing videos too. The early days of the channel on YouTube are very important. You've already been such a hero by making it this far into the video, but please make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and leave some comments under. Like if you didn't take part in the video, what characters do you want to see? I still want to hear about them. I may not know who they are, but I still want to hear about them. So leave that there. And then other than that, have a marvelous day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.